Okay, so today I start with something called as symmetric function of roots. So before that, let me teach you what I mean by a symmetric function. So please write the definition. A function f of two or more variables is said to be a symmetric function is said to be a symmetric function if f remains unaltered by an interchange of two or more variables. Interchange of any of its two variables. Of any of its two variables. So let's understand what we mean by a symmetric function. A function f is said to be a symmetric function which has more than two variables or two or more than two variables if f remains unaltered by an interchange of any of its two variables. That means we will say that f is symmetric if you interchange any of its two variables, the function will not change, the function will be unaltered. Like for example, you look at this function f of x comma y comma z. This is, suppose I am taking x square plus y square plus z square. This is a symmetric function of three variables. Why? Even if you replace y by x and x by y, the function does not change. Like suppose instead of x you are writing here y and instead of y you are writing here x. There is no change in the function. You just see, not only x and y, you interchange y and z or z and x, there is no change in the function. The function remains unaltered if you change any of its two variables. That means if you interchange any of its two variables. So this is a symmetric function. While consider this function g of x comma y comma z equals to suppose you take xy plus yz. This is not symmetric. I'll tell you why. This is not a symmetric function. The answer is obvious because if I replace the variables y and x, that means if I interchange x by y and y by x, so instead of x you write y and instead of y you write x, instead of y I am supposed to write x and z remains z. They are not equal because the original was xy which remains, but it was yz but it has changed to xy. So the function has changed. So this is the reason this is not a symmetric function. So this is what we mean by a symmetric function. It is said to be symmetric if it does not change by interchange of any of its two variables. Now, I hope you understood about symmetric functions, which are symmetric and which are not. So now I talk about symmetric function of roots. So just replace these variables by roots. So a symmetric function of roots so we are talking about this symmetric function of roots. So a symmetric function of roots of an equation is an expression that involves all the roots, that involves all the roots alike and remains unaltered and remains unaltered if any of any two of its roots are interchanged. So in simple words, instead of writing x, y, z, now we will write here the roots of some equation. Like for example, suppose if alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of this equation. Suppose the equation is a0 x cube, a1 x square plus a2 x to the power 1 plus a3 equals to 0. Consider alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. So I am considering this function. Now this is symmetric function of roots. Why? Because it contains all the roots and they contain all the roots alike. That means all are same kind of, like all the expressions look same. And if I interchange any of its two roots, the expression remains same. Like suppose instead of alpha I am writing here beta. Okay, instead of alpha I am writing here beta, instead of beta I am writing here alpha, still the expression remains same. So this, which I will represent like this, summation alpha square. So whenever I am writing summation alpha square, you understand this is a symmetric function of roots. So you have to take all the possible sum for which this is a symmetric function of roots. For example, if I cannot write summation alpha square as just alpha square plus beta square, because that does not contain all the roots. Okay, and right, so that involves all the roots. Keep that in mind, all. So whenever I am writing summation alpha square, do not think that I just mean like for this equation there are three roots. So summation alpha square must contain three terms: summation alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. Okay, consider this. So this, consider this. This is a symmetric function of roots. Okay. Similarly, I'll give you another examples again. So whenever I am writing this, you understand that I am talking about symmetric function. You have to take all those terms, all possible terms for which that is a symmetric function. Suppose I am talking about now four roots of some biquadratic equation alpha, beta, gamma, delta. There also I will write summation alpha square to represent summation alpha square to represent alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square plus delta square. So keep that in mind. I have to take the all possible roots or all the roots, and all that should be a symmetric function. Now what we want to do, without actually knowing the values of the roots, see, if the values of the roots are known, you can easily find this function or this value. What is the value of this function when alpha equals to something, beta equals to something, gamma equals to something? So when the values of the roots are known, you can find the values of the symmetric function of roots. But without actually knowing the roots, you can also find the symmetric function of roots. So this is what I will do today. Okay, without actually finding the values of the roots, we can find the values of the symmetric function of roots. So let me take examples. So question number 1, let me write it down. So this is the question. Alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of this equation, a cubic equation containing having three real roots, or three roots, not may not be real. Find the value of, you will write. What values do I need to find? I'll tell you. Before that, how to start? Finding the values of root is not possible. But what we know that's alpha plus beta plus gamma, which can actually be written as summation alpha. So what does summation alpha represent? It means all possible combination. That means alpha plus beta plus gamma. What is this? Can anybody tell me what is summation alpha? What is summation alpha? By relation between roots and coefficients? Minus p. I have already done the relation between roots and coefficient. It is minus of coefficient of x square by coefficient of x cube. Now similarly, what I have alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma delta, again which will be represented by summation alpha beta. Now this means all possible pairs you have to consider. So alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma delta. Okay, and do not take beta alpha and alpha beta, both are same, so just once. And this is again a symmetric function of roots. What is this? It is just cube. And alpha into beta into gamma is nothing but it's minus r. So minus plus minus. Only with these three things I can find every possible symmetric function of roots. For example, in the question they are asking, find the value of number 1, find this summation alpha square. Now first of all, what is the meaning of summation alpha square? Summation alpha square means alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. Because I am talking about symmetric function of roots, I have to take all roots. Okay, and such that this remains symmetric function. Now, how can you find the value of this? What we do, we write like this. Alpha plus beta plus gamma whole square. Do you know the formula for a plus b plus c whole square? It is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ac. So this will give me, these two are definitely not equal. These two are definitely not equal. So this is giving me, I just wanted alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square, but this is giving me alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square plus 2 alpha beta plus 2 gamma beta gamma plus 2 alpha gamma. So I have to subtract that to alpha beta beta gamma plus gamma alpha. Again I'll explain. I wanted the value of alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. So I'm writing it as alpha plus beta plus gamma whole square. But this will give me many extra terms which I did not need. So alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square. This will give me plus 2 alpha beta. So I have to subtract 2 alpha beta plus 2 beta gamma. So I have to subtract 2 beta gamma and say 2 gamma alpha. So I have to subtract. Understood this line? Anybody who did not understand this line? Okay. So I'm taking that all of you understood. So what is this? This is summation alpha. The inside part is summation alpha. And this is what 2 summation alpha beta. This is the compact form. So if you see into your books, from here they have directly written here. If you are comfortable, you can directly write, but you have to understand why they have written this. Now you put the values. What is summation alpha? It is minus p. So minus p whole square minus 2 times what is summation alpha beta? Summation alpha beta is q. So what is my final answer? It is p square minus 2q. So this is the value of summation alpha square. Summation alpha square is this quantity. If you have any doubts, any confusion in any line, please ask. Now in number 2 they are asking summation alpha square beta. summation alpha square beta. So now the first thing that you should know, you should understand what is the meaning of summation alpha square beta. The first task should be this. So let us write this. So alpha square beta plus, see there will be many terms, okay, be very careful. Alpha square beta plus beta square, and let me complete with alpha first of all. So alpha square beta plus alpha square gamma plus beta square alpha plus beta square gamma plus gamma square alpha plus gamma square beta. You have to write every possibility because this is a symmetric function first of all. Because if I don't write this one alpha square gamma, I simply write alpha square beta and beta square alpha and all those things. If I don't write this will no more be a symmetric function, because all possible combinations should be there, so that if I replace alpha by beta or beta by gamma or gamma by alpha, this expression should not change. This expression should not change. So this is the meaning of summation alpha square beta. That is alpha square beta plus alpha square gamma plus beta square alpha plus beta square gamma plus gamma square alpha plus alpha square gamma or gamma square beta. Okay. Next, what? How can we simplify this? How can we simplify this? Now I'll tell you like this. What you do, let's see this. This is just a hint. What you take summation alpha with summation alpha beta. Like you imagine alpha square is alpha into alpha. So you take here summation alpha, that means alpha plus beta plus gamma, with summation alpha beta, that means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma delta gamma alpha. Let's take this. How should I understand that I have to take this? Just a hint. You just think this as summation alpha into alpha beta. You take this summation and then take this summation. This is what I have taken. And let's see what happens on simplifying. So if I multiply them, see, I needed how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this will contain 9 terms. But this will contain 3 3s are 9 terms. Keep that in mind. So try to understand that which 3 terms are extra. Let's see. If I am multiplying this by this, it's alright. Alpha square beta. If I am multiplying with this with last term, it's alright. I am extra getting. So this is alright. This is also needed. But I am extra getting alpha beta gamma. I have to subtract. So minus in the same line. Minus alpha beta gamma, because this term is extra. When I multiply alpha with beta gamma, this is extra. Similarly, let's go to the second one. Beta with alpha beta, that is beta square alpha, this is needed. Beta with beta gamma, this is beta square gamma, that is also needed. But beta when goes to alpha gamma, that is again not needed. So again that is extra. I have to again subtract alpha beta gamma, and similarly for the last one. So that means I have to subtract 3 times alpha beta gamma. Did you understand this? So this can be written as this into this minus 3 alpha beta gamma. So this is nothing but summation alpha into summation alpha beta. So this was the hint from here. Okay, we have the summation alpha into summation alpha beta minus 3 alpha beta gamma. Okay, so let me write that down. What I have got. So we were finding the value of summation. So we are finding the value of summation alpha square beta. This is summation alpha into summation alpha beta minus 3 alpha beta gamma. So again, if you see your books, in book they have directly written this. But you have to understand how this thing is coming. Now let's see. We know the value of summation alpha, which is nothing but minus p. We know the value of summation alpha beta, which is q. And we also know the value of summation, we know the value of alpha into beta into gamma, which is nothing but minus r. What my answer is, this will become 3r minus pq. This is my answer to summation alpha square beta. To summation alpha square beta. Okay. Now let's see in number 3 what they have asked. Okay, this I will not do. This I will do it later, because otherwise you get confused fully. Alright, and now do this one. Yes. Number 3, I'll take this summation alpha square beta square. In number 3, they have asked summation alpha cube. So this summation alpha cube, I will ask you to do using Newton's theorem when I teach you that. That will be easier for us, okay? Otherwise, you'll get confused fully there. Now again, what is the meaning of this? Summation alpha square beta square. You have to write all possible pairs. So this will become alpha square beta square plus alpha square gamma square plus beta square gamma square. No other terms will be there because if I write beta square alpha square, which is already written here. So this time only these 3 terms will be there. Only these 3 terms will be there. Now similarly, this is what alpha beta whole square, this is what alpha gamma whole square, this is what beta gamma whole square. So this again something like a square plus b square plus c square. What I will do is now I'll write this as a plus, whenever you see a square plus b square plus c square, you always write a plus b plus c whole square, and then you subtract so many things. So if I take a plus b plus c whole square as I did in question number 1, so what I will take, a square is there, b square is there, c square is there. I'll get here extra, I'll write it here minus, so I'll get here 2ab, 2bc and 2c. So I have to subtract all this one. Minus 2 times, I'll get ab. What is this ab? Alpha square beta gamma. This is extra. I'll get bc, which is extra, that means gamma square alpha beta, and I'll get ca, 2ca, which is extra, that is alpha beta square gamma, alpha beta square gamma. So this 6 terms basically, they are repeated twice. So if I open this a plus b plus c whole square, I will get a square plus b square plus c square. That's all right. I have to subtract and I'll get 2ab, 2bc and 2ca, which are extra, so I will subtract and that will get cancelled. I'll simply remain with this. Do you have any confusion? Okay. Now this is nothing but summation alpha beta whole square minus 2. Something is common from this 3. Can you tell me what is common from this 3?
Alpha beta gamma.
Very good. Alpha beta gamma, if I take common, I will remain with, here I am remaining with just a alpha. I am remaining here with just a gamma, and here I am remaining with just a beta. So what is my final step? Summation alpha beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta gamma into summation alpha, and I have the formula for all of them, or know the value of all of them. What is summation alpha beta? It was q, so this is q square minus 2. What is alpha into beta into gamma? It is minus r. And what is summation alpha? It is minus p, right? So what I'm getting my answer to be, yes, I got it correctly. What I'm getting the answer to be, it is q square minus plus, where this minus remains 2pr. And this is my answer of this symmetric function of roots. I have my answer to this symmetric function of roots. So this was number 3. I haven't done summation alpha cube. The reason being that will become too complicated. Better we will apply Newton's theorem to find alpha, summation alpha cube, alpha to the power 4 and so on. Okay. So this is the values that I have got. So let us go to number 4. So here is number 4. Summation 1 by alpha. So this actually means 1 by alpha, 1 by beta, 1 by gamma. Now here, what is the first step? What is the first step? To take LCM, as simple as that. And this is very simple. Alpha, beta, gamma. I will remain here with beta, gamma. I will remain here with alpha, gamma. I will remain here with alpha, beta. And this is nothing but summation alpha, beta by alpha, beta, gamma. And what is my answer? Summation alpha, beta is Q and summation alpha, beta, gamma is minus R. So, minus Q by R. I'm assuming that R is not 0. Okay, because then only I can, this will, otherwise this will be undefined. So I am assuming that none of the roots is 0, because if any of the roots is 0, then this gets undefined. So finding the sum does not mean anything. Okay, so we are assuming that R is not 0, that means there is no 0 root. Why R is not 0 will give me a 0 root? You can see here. The equation was this. If R is 0, this term will not be there. Now you can take x common and that will give you 0 as a root. So when R is not 0, there cannot be any 0 root. So we are just assuming that R is not 0, or we are assuming that none of the roots is 0. That will automatically imply R is not 0. Number 5, they are asking this. Summation 1 by alpha beta. So let's find all the possible pairs. So 1 by alpha beta, 1 by beta gamma, 1 by what is left, gamma alpha. Right? That will cover all possibilities. And again the same thing, LCM remains alpha beta gamma. There is gamma missing, there is alpha missing, there is beta missing. This is nothing but summation alpha by alpha beta gamma, which is nothing but summation alpha is nothing but minus p, and summation alpha beta gamma is nothing but minus r. What am I getting? P by r is my answer. P by r is my answer. Okay. Number 6 they are saying is summation 1 by alpha square. Summation 1 by alpha square. So what is this? First of all, 1 by alpha square, 1 by beta square, 1 by gamma square. So let's take LCM again. So what is the LCM? It is alpha square, beta square, gamma square. Here I will remain with beta square, gamma square. Here I will remain with alpha square, gamma square. Here I will remain with alpha square, beta square. Right? And then you see, what is this? This is summation alpha square, beta square by alpha, beta, gamma whole square. And few minutes back we have computed summation alpha square, beta square. The technique remains same. As you can see, it is q square minus 2pr. Q square minus 2pr. Okay. So it is q square minus 2pr by, this is r square. Minus r square, which is same as r square. But this is your answer. This is your answer. So now let's take a biquadratic equation. This was a cubic equation. I have found so many possible values of so many possible symmetric functional roots. Now let's take another question, number 2. Here is the question. So we have to find this. Okay. So one by one I'll do it as I did in the previous question. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the roots of this equation. You have to find the value of different things. So before that, we have summation alpha, that is nothing but alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta, which can again be represented by summation alpha, because here the roots are 4, but you should understand this here means this thing. What is that? It is minus p, right? Next I have the possible pairs of 2, which will be 4C2, that will be 6 terms. So alpha, beta, beta, gamma. I actually wrote it. There doesn't matter. Alpha, beta, alpha, gamma, alpha, delta, beta, gamma, beta, delta, and then gamma, delta. 6 terms will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This actually can be represented in summation alpha, beta. So here summation alpha, beta means this. You have to understand that. Then only it will be a symmetric function of roots. These are also symmetric functions for sure. And this is nothing but so minus is plus. So q by 1, which is q. Next, 4C3 by taking 3 terms at a time. So alpha, beta, gamma, alpha, beta, delta, then gamma, delta, alpha, beta, oh sorry, this will delta, no? Alpha, beta, delta, alpha, beta, gamma, alpha, beta, delta, beta, gamma, delta, and alpha, gamma, delta. These 4 terms. Alpha, beta, gamma, all possible things I have taken, right? Alpha, beta, gamma, alpha, beta, delta, beta, gamma, delta, and alpha, gamma, delta. So this is nothing but summation, which will be represented like this: summation alpha, beta, gamma, and this is nothing but so minus, plus, minus. So minus r, and lastly what I have is product of four of them together, that is alpha, beta, gamma, delta. This is nothing but so minus, plus, minus, plus. So this is nothing but s. So I have this relation between roots and coefficient this time. With the help of these things, I have to find the value of summation alpha square. What is summation alpha square? It is alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square plus delta square. Right? This is what I have here this time. Now again the same logic. I will write this as alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta whole square. Right? Now you see here, what are the extra terms which are here? What are the extra terms which are here? So for this, you just see here. I will just explain it to you here. So I'll explain it to you here. So this means alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta into alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Right? So basically you see what is happening. This is the meaning of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta whole square. That means this into this time, same thing. This will give me 16 terms. This will give me 16 terms, 4 4 is 16, out of which I only need 4 terms. And rest all are extra. So try to understand my point. So this is useful to us, and whatever terms I will get from this one, they all are extra. So I have to subtract alpha beta, this with this. I have to subtract, I'll take a bracket here, so plus alpha gamma plus alpha delta. Right? Similarly, after multiplying with beta, that only I will get a useful term to us, beta square, and any other term which I will get is extra. So what things I am getting extra? Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus beta delta. Similarly here, only this term is extra needed, rest all are extra. So alpha gamma plus beta gamma plus gamma delta. And similarly, only delta square will give me a useful term. So this is nothing but alpha delta, beta delta, and gamma delta. These terms I have to subtract. These many terms I have to subtract. Okay. But you see, this is simple. Alpha beta 2 times, Every term is 2 times. So this I'm cutting one, I'll simply write here 2. Next, what extra do I have? Alpha gamma is 2 times, cancel this, I'll write it here. Beta gamma is 2 times, I'll cancel this, I'll write 2. Gamma delta gamma, acha, next is beta gamma. Beta gamma I've already cancelled, no, yeah, it's already here. Alpha delta I did not cancel, it's here. Now beta delta, it's here, and then alpha delta here. So cross the red ones and write here 2. Cross the red ones and write here 2, because these many terms are extra. Now what is inside? 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, 4 term, 5 term, 6 term, and this is nothing but this. And this is nothing but this. Okay? So that means minus 2 times, you may write all these things, or simply I may write summation alpha beta. So which is nothing but summation alpha whole square minus 2 summation alpha beta. Understood how am I getting this? So now what I have, this is nothing but I know the value of summation alpha, which is minus p square minus 2 summation alpha beta. What is summation alpha beta? I also know that is q. So my answer is p square minus 2q. Okay, p square minus 2q. Okay, good enough. So let's take this one, number 2, summation alpha square beta. Number 2 is summation alpha square beta. So again we have to apply a lot of logic here. So let me keep a space there and let's do things here. Okay. So I have to find the value of summation alpha square beta. Let's see what are the possible terms here. What are the possible terms here? So what are these? So alpha square beta, alpha square gamma, alpha square delta. Then so alpha square I am taking with all possible root here. So alpha square with beta, alpha square with gamma, alpha square with delta. Similarly, I need here, I'll write it here, beta square with alpha, beta square with gamma, and beta square with delta. Okay, good enough. Next, gamma square with alpha, gamma square with beta, and then gamma square with delta. And lastly, what I need? Delta square with alpha, delta square with beta, and delta square with gamma. Yes, if you want you can also show this here also, that doesn't matter, but I am showing it in rough or maybe differently. Okay, so this comprises of 12 terms. This comprises of 12 terms, keep that in mind. Now again, that is a hint what I have said you, this can also always start like this, summation alpha with summation alpha beta, always start like this. So what I'll do, I'll write this as alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta multiplied with the 6 terms. That means alpha beta, alpha gamma, alpha delta, beta gamma, beta delta, and then gamma delta. So this is summation alpha with summation alpha beta. Let's see how many terms are extra. Let's see how many terms are extra. You see here, I need 12 terms, and how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 4, 6, there are 24 terms. But I need only 12 terms, and let's see how these 12 terms are coming. So this is a useful term, this is a useful term, this is a useful term, because these 3 things are here, this line is here. What is extra? So I will subtract that. What is extra? Let's subtract that. Okay, so what are extra? Alpha beta gamma, right? Alpha beta gamma, I'll write a bracket here, beta gamma delta, so alpha beta delta, and alpha gamma delta, right? Similarly, let's see here, this is useful because beta square alpha, This is not useful, so plus beta alpha this is not useful, beta alpha delta, and this is useful, and this is not useful, plus beta gamma delta. And similarly, you will get more 6 terms, 3 and then again 3. Okay, 3 from here and 3 from this one. You will notice that, so there are how many terms inside the bracket? 12 terms. You can check that they will be repeated 3 times. Each term will be repeated 3 times. Okay, you may just check that, write more 3 terms and 3 terms. You will see that each term will be repeated 3 times. I will remain with minus 3 times alpha beta gamma, alpha beta delta, beta gamma delta, and then alpha gamma delta. You will just see that you will be remaining with these 3 terms, these 3 terms, these 3 terms, and these 3 terms. That will make it 12 terms. So this is nothing but summation alpha beta gamma. So what will I directly get here? This is summation alpha into summation alpha beta minus 3 times summation alpha beta gamma. So there is a logic behind it. Okay, there is a logic behind it. You have to understand the logic. So what is this? What is this? This I know to be minus p, I suppose. This I know to be q. This I know to be r, pq minus r. So this is nothing but 3r minus pq. That is my answer. If you want, you can show these steps here directly, but I am showing it here. Okay. Do you have any doubts?